Hey, how y'all doing out there this morning? Listen, I know I talk about a lot of really touchy and serious subject matters, and I don't do this for any other reason but just to get the truth out there. Now, why is the truth so important? So we can build our lives and move forward. So we can drop things that keep us down, the real oppression of the mind. Okay, so I want to get that clear first. But here a while back, I made a video and it's gotten really big on YouTube, asking why the black folks and Native American folks worship Jesus. The point I was trying to make was we all have a past and a history, but some of us want to lay down in history. We don't want a future, and it keeps our present life stagnant. You're not living, you're hating, you're blaming. All I've ever wanted any one of you to do was to stand on your own feet and be who you are. And let's take back our lives. Just basically our lives. But in saying this, on this one particular video, I pointed out the fact that the original Hebrews are black folks, and I pointed out civilization from Samaria, from the information that we have, from the DNA testing, all the things that lead to this way. Because the first thing I'm going to say before I go any further is everything's been twisted, and it's very hard, and it takes sometimes decades just to find one truth through all the smoke screens and bullshit that we're given as our history. But a lot of folks, predominantly black folks, came out on this video cussing me for being a white devil, cussing me for oppressing them or my people when I'm a human being. My race is the human race, and I'm not going to back down on that. If you see my color as a problem for you, that's your problem, and that's on you, because I don't see your color as a problem or anybody. I see your actions and who you are as an individual man or woman. That's what I go by. So you need to do that with me, but that's fine, because a lot of you ain't. A lot of you just want to hate. A lot of you just want to blame. So I'm fixing to take some of that blame right out of your mouth. This is what I do, because it's very important right now. Some of the things that keep you down are what we're not supposed to repeat, and that's history. But y'all get trapped and stuck in history, or you get little half-truths. Well, here's the half-truth. It is true, I believe, with all my heart, and from what I've read, and using your King James Bible, that says the Hebrews are God's chosen people, right? Okay, in saying that the Hebrews are God's chosen people, what did those people do? They defied God. They defied God with Abraham and the promise made to Abraham. Then there was a promise made to Moses. They defied God. Then there was a promise made to Aaron, and they defied God again. And I think all the way from Deuteronomy to Hezekiah, I believe, says you are to be scattered amongst the nations, to be scattered amongst your enemies. Basically, God punished you. There was not another promise made in the Bible, and I'm just using the Bible because these people are using the Bible against me. There was never another promise made to get it all back. You can't find one. After the third time that your people, the Hebrews, defied God, their God, and threw it in his face and worshiped false idols, God punished you. You're his chosen people. He got really mad and he punished you. That punishment is still going on today if you believe that Bible. So if God is punishing you and you did it to yourself, or your ancestors did it to yourself, then let's get real. Or white people keeping you oppressed, or is the system keeping you oppressed, or is that just a tool of God? Huh? I mean, that's something to think about. Because who really did what? Who did what first? And that's all I'm trying to say. There was several people that were bringing up the last 400 years of keeping God's chosen people down. Yet the Egyptians had, what was it? They said up to probably maybe even 20 million Hebrew slaves. They were very rough on them, and history shows this as well. Are Egyptians white? I mean, you're going to say everybody's white? Are we all going to start playing the gene game and the DNA game? You see what I'm getting at now? You can't blame what's going on to you now and then still be a Christian or a Hebrew or a true Israelite and not look at what your ancestors did to you. Because see, it's all good when I get out here and I say things that are on your side. Then this is black or white or anybody. But when you speak a truth that you don't want to hear or that you just kind of half-ass believe, then you attack me. Well, I'm going to be honest about something, y'all. I don't think many of y'all are ready to talk about some of these things. And I'm the one that pays for this. Because I read these things and I read the comments and they affect me because I love you and I care about what you think. I'm actually a real brother, and you can't get that through your head. You want to say things to me that you can't say to the people that are really doing it, and that's fine because I understand that. But it ain't me. Of all the people in this world, and I'm not the only one now, don't get me wrong, but of all the people in this world that you're paying attention to on social media, I should be the last one I feel like you should be getting on to about anything, because I promote loving yourself and brotherhood. I promote unity so we can actually get rid of the true oppressors, the super elite, the New World Order. But I get attacked by the white haters, and I get attacked by the black haters. I get attacked by the white blamers. I get attacked by the black blamers. Well, I'm about tired of it. Because the truth is, you won't blame my ancestors or white people's ancestors, like I said, for what's going on today. But apparently this goes back thousands and thousands of years ago. And that God did it to you. So why don't you cussing God? Or why don't you cussing Moses' people or Aaron's people? Because they're your people. The Israelis that are in Israel right now, that's fake. Those aren't real Jews. Because they're not scattered. They're not with their enemies. And they have a nation, and the nation part was taken away. That's what your Bible says. Even in Acts, during the time of Jesus, the Hebrews got caught worshiping Moloch. And that's where the Star of David comes from. So nobody did nothing to you but you. Now, in saying all this, this is why I wish you would just break away from certain ideologies and certain religions. The word religion comes from the Greek word ligar, meaning to tie or bind. Tie or bind the mind. This is what really keeps you down. Listen, it's fine to have faith in something that you can't see, because that empowers you to a certain degree. You're just putting out positive energy. You feel good things are going to come to you because you do good things. But there's no list of rules. There's only natural law, y'all. And if you live inside of the realm of natural law, which you got to anyway, it's what controls gravity, fire, water, earth, air. All these things are natural law. You can't change them. But man's law and God's law change all the time. All the time. So you can take your history and use it to say, because if you were scattered amongst the earth, maybe you are the original Americans. You know, maybe you are the Aboriginal Americans. If you were scattered amongst the earth, maybe you were being punished and God had your own color of people take you into bondage and sell you to white Europeans. I don't know. Because here's one thing for sure. No matter what history or his story tells you, we live in today's time. We're at a point right now where if you believe the laws or not, we're supposed to all be equal and all be free. Well, you were always that way. You got to choose to be. The mind is everything. What you think you become. So if you think you're downtrodden, you'll be downtrodden. If you think you're empowered, you will be empowered. If you think negative, you're going to be negative. If you think positive, you're going to be positive. Now, my message has always been that we're at a point in history where things are incredibly bad. We do have a lot of people living under an unsustainable system that's basically destroying our very life source, our planet. This is why I ask to be as men, as the man yourself. If you have a God that you believe in, that you think will help you out, or pull some puppet strings, pray to Him for the strength to stand up on your own, like the old song by that sister. Lord, don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Nobody's going to do nothing for you. You got to do it for yourself. But we're lucky enough with this internet and being able to talk all around the world and unite together for that brotherhood of mankind. We can all be different religions. We can all be different colors. We can all even be different nationalities. We don't have to all group up and live together. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to group up and unite as individual tribes, because I do believe in tribalism more than I believe in anything else. I don't believe in nationalism. I don't believe in all that patriotic bullshit. What I believe in is we all have tribes. They can be as small as my tribe here, or as big as our tribe right here online, or as big as a tribe of a community. I got a brother that lives down in Missouri. Keith, I love you, brother. He's got his little tribe down there, and they're living on their own. We can do this in all shapes, forms, and fashions. But the thing is, we've got to come together right now. Because whether you want to believe it or not, or whether you like it or not, we are all we have, y'all. This is the whole fucking point I've ever tried to make. The government ain't going to help you. Nobody's going to help you but your brother. But man, we can sure find all kind of talking points. The white haters got all these talking points and they sound good. Everything looks good on paper. Kind of like Florida State football team. It all looks good on paper, but when it's actually time to do something, are you doing anything? No. We just sit here and bicker and point fingers and pull up little pieces of history that fit this part of what you believe or fit this part of what he believes. And you're trying to, we all sit here. I could do a video and put Donald Trump's name on there, for instance. And I'm going to get 5,000 views because people just want to blah, blah, blah. And it's all talking points. We find more reasons to fight than we find reasons to unite. And this is what the fuck I'm sick of. I'm sick of it. God damn, I'm one brother that's got a really big heart. And all I ever did was love my brother. But now I'm at a point in my life where I'm wondering whether or not it's even worth it. Should I just back off and allow people to just stew in their juices and sit in their mud puddles of hate and sling mud? Because I'm tired of wiping mud off me every day from some of you people. I've offered you land to come to, places to come to and find peace, to talk. I do it here almost daily. I put myself out here just for ridicule, just to be cussed. And yeah, the majority of the comments that I get back from most all of y'all are very loving. And there's a few of y'all out there that support me emotionally and support me spiritually and support me as a brother. And you're the reason why I'm out here. You asked me to stay. You asked me to talk. I never was a speaker, y'all. And I lead myself. I lead myself. I believe what I want to believe and I live it. I don't believe it. I don't talk about it. I live it. And that's what I want you to do. It's not easy, y'all. I ain't going to lie. To step away from making $50,000, $60,000, $65,000 a year to having nothing ain't easy. To step away from all the conveniences and the comforts of the society that makes you a fat pig fucking hog slave is very hard. But I would rather be free in my mind and my body and my spirit than be a part of that. So I stepped away, and that's just me. I just suggest it to you because I think it would be if you would see this other side of life, because you've all been shown this one life to live, this one society to live in, and it's anti-life. You got to pay for it. You can't even work without paying to work, and you know that's the truth because you pay taxes. So get it right. Who's to blame? Well, if you're going to blame and you're going to be a blamer, then you're to blame. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your origins are. I could give a rat's ass less about the historical part of it. I used the history to show where you, with the black people and melanated people and shit, Middle Easterners, Asians, to show you that all during history, some race, religion, or society has tried to rule the whole planet, and that never works. Only small communities and tribes work. The tribal mentality is the only way to live by. Because in a tribe, you're an individual, but you all take care of each other. In society, you got to be this kind of group, or this kind of group, or that kind of group. And they take care of you, and you're always battling somebody else. And don't get tribal mentality mixed up with the Native Americans, because they say the Indian tribes are right. What about the tribes of Judah? What about, a tribe is a group of people that believe the same. They're individuals, yet they have one group conscience to live together and coexist together. And they do this irregardless of their differences, because some differences don't matter. I don't know what's going to go on in the future. I try to always deal with today, but I really am sick and tired of being attacked. And I mean attacked. And yeah, it's online, and I'm not going to sound like some snowflake or some fucking weakling, but I told you, I really do listen to you. I listen to y'all. And some of you build me up like I build you up, but some of you just make me sad. You're not going to change my mind. I spent decades formulating who I am today. And I'm going to be me because I love myself. I'm not hurting anybody or anything. I'm just living. And it's wonderful. I love it. And as I said before, I was lucky enough to find some like-minded people that invited me to a farm and helped them live, and we all coexist. I was lucky enough to find my Karen Sue and have her beside me. So the small, simple things, giving out love and receiving it, I got that where I'm at, and you can have that as well. But God bless America, boy, you use one damn label. You call out one group, or you show a truth or a lie to certain people that don't want to hear it, and you're the biggest piece of shit that ever walked the planet. So if you think I'm not affected by your comments, well, you're sadly mistaken, because I love you. I want unity. All I want is some brotherhood. I didn't ask everybody to come live in one big city and all be the same. That's what the man wants you to do. I didn't ask you to go bicker about talking points. That's what the man wants you to do. I ask you to just look inside yourself, see your brother that's physically beside you, and take care of each other. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Every system and every religion has failed you. And you can bicker on that all you want. It has failed you. So please, if you're going to blame today or even the last 5,000 years on what's going on to you that you feel is oppressing you and keeping you down today, whether you're black or white, look at the root cause of it. Don't just stop back halfway. Don't just go back 400 years. Don't just go back 1,000 years. Go all the way back. You know, as a young kid coming up in the Christian church, as a child, I felt no fear. I was a wild child. I was a feral child. I ran around. I did what I wanted. But the one thing I did fear was that God of the Hebrews. Because that's probably the meanest son of a bitch I ever met in my life. God is love? No. Read the Bible. Jesus was supposed to be loved, but even he got mad. And anything that tells you believe or die forever, a painful, forever, eternal death is a lie, because the Creator would not do that to their creation. But since you wanted to use the King James Bible against me, or the history of the Hebrews against me, and you want to make it sound like, well, we're God's chosen people and the white man's keeping you down. No, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says that you did it to yourself by worshiping a golden calf and worshiping Moloch and worshiping all these other things besides God, and God punished you. So why aren't you cussing God? Oh, I guess because God don't have a YouTube channel, huh? I guess because God don't have a Facebook page. So get it right. I don't like to bust out truth like this, because like I said, I don't feel like many of you can handle it. But that is the truth. Blame other people's ancestors. You blame all these little small points in history. Well, all of those are right to a certain extent. I'm not denying that. But was it those people keeping you down? Or was it God's promise to you that he was going to scatter you amongst the nations and amongst your enemies? And these people are the tools to keep you down. God's tools to keep you down. You got to kind of look at things like that a little bit stronger and a little bit more seriously before you go picking out individual people, especially this brother right here. I didn't do nothing but love y'all and cared more about truth than I cared about myself. I don't pander to anybody. I don't try to get, I've never one time on YouTube said subscribe to my channel. I've never hardly ever maybe sent a half a dozen friend requests out on Facebook. Most people come to me, and that's cool, because I'm a brother. Many of you see how genuine I'm trying to be, how honest I'm trying to be. I've told you about my whole life almost. I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done, good or bad. I just lived like every other human. I walk, I trip, I fall down, I get up. I'm no different than you. And as far as my ancestors go, from as far as I can trace back, I've got about 200 years of people from East Alabama and West Georgia and North Florida that were nothing but humble school teachers and farmers. That's all they were. School teachers and farmers. I didn't come from any of these things I come from people that serve mankind. School teachers serve the student. Farmers serve the people by selling them food. I want to sell you truth. I'm not trying to sell it, my bad. I'm just trying to offer you truth. I offer you to think. Because everything's been twisted so bad. And we're in a situation right now where they got our eyes looking over here. It's kind of like a magician. You don't see what's going on in the left hand because you're paying attention to the right hand. Something major's coming up, y'all. They don't want us to know about it. With this society that we have now, this consumer-based society, we do have too many people for that. But we don't have too many people on the face of the earth if we lived a different way. If we had a different thought process. Not just the same old bad ideas thrown out by the same old tired billionaire families that have literally used their greed to destroy our brotherhood and have almost destroyed our planet. That's what we got to stop. And the best way to stop it is to turn our backs on it and just live. Live the way you feel is the best way to live. But blame and hate are the two main things used against everybody to keep us all down. All of us. So think about that today. Before you go blame somebody or go write a half of a book of a comment about where the real truth is, you all want, and this is primarily for those that consider themselves to be God's chosen people. Your ancestors did that to you. You decided to worship the God of the Hebrews. You decided to worship that mean son of a bitch. Because he is mean. He is vindictive. He is vengeful. And then he wants to take vengeance out of your hand. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. No. So think about that, y'all. Remember that some truths are so hard to look at that you got to turn away. But when you turn your eyes away, they go straight to hate or blame. When they say the truth will set you free, this is what they mean. That freedom isn't free, y'all. You're going to pay for it. The realities of what's happened in the past and what's going on in the present are going to form and mold what our future is. And right now, our future looks very bleak because of all this discord, all of this division, all of this hate, and all of this blame. So if you can't get rid of the hate or the blame, maybe you should just go talk to some of them people that are saying what you want to hear. Maybe I'm not the person you should be listening to. Maybe you might want to drop me here on Facebook or on YouTube. And maybe you just want to go talk to those people that say what you want to hear. Because I'm only going to speak the truth. And the truth is we've all been lied to. The truth is we're all manipulated. The truth is unless you are a super rich elite, you're nothing but cattle. But the ultimate truth is we're all brothers. And together we could take this whole planet back. You want to? You know, these alt-right guys I was talking to the other day, they made some good points, but they want a government to help them out. And you want a government to help you out. But a government ain't helping none of us out. You ever think about that? When the government took over education, did education get better? When the government took over medicine, did medicine get better? When the government took over our interest in enemies around the world, did wars get better? No, everything gets worse. When they took over food with the FDA, did food get better? When they went and took over the water supplies all across the United States back in the late 40s and early 50s, did water get better? Wow. But you want to blame your brother that loves you. Well, blame me, because I'm close to being out of here. I got a life to live too, and I seek inner peace. And part of that inner peace happens to be dealing with the earth outside, my Karen Sue, my crazy old dog down there, the things that I can touch and feel, smell and breathe, taste. Those are what's real. Everything else is an illusion. Think about that. I love y'all. I'm just tired of the bullshit, and I don't think it's fair that many of y'all come at me about things that are actually your own fault. But you don't want to see that. You just want to see what you want to see. So fine. Not going to be any more responses from me back to haters or blamers. If you got a legitimate question, if you got a legitimate concern, if you want to discuss something. Because just in the last 3 weeks, I've had an interview by a black man that was basically pro-Antifa. And I've had a debate with white guys that were basically pro-alt-right. And everybody at the end respected each other. Get that on what Bill Bunting's trying to do. I just want to unite our brothers. I want brotherhood. I don't think nobody else does. So y'all break my heart sometimes. And then you piss me off sometimes. You really piss me off. I swear to God, I grew up in a day and age without this internet. And if you went up and you met a man, you looked him dead in the eye. You said, "Hey, nice to meet you. My name's Bill Bunting." You shook hands. And if you had a argument or you decided to run your mouth, you paid the price, which was usually a fat lip. Or if you talked good, you sat around the table and had a barbecue and then just enjoyed each other's company. I'd like to see more of that. But I'd like to see more people being real with all of history and quit nitpicking at it and be real with yourself and what's going on in today's age. What's going on right now, and what are the chances or the possibilities of us uniting and getting rid of the people that promote blame and hate? Because there's not many of them, y'all. There's not many of them at all. And I think I lost count at about 600 comments out of 2,600 comments. So 2,000 good comments, or comments talking about just what I just said. And about 600 people just dog cussing me. So you want to call me the white devil? You want to blame my ancestors for something? Go dig them up. Come call me a white devil to my face. Until then, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck about your bullshit blame and hate. So like I said, I might not be the one you want to listen to. Because the truth I speak is unbiased. I have no side. I have no color. I have no religion. I have no politics. I'm not indoctrinated. I'm a free man. I live free. And when I die, I'll be alive. I will have died a living man that tried my best to bring unity amongst all. Brotherhood. I love y'all. Peace. And quit living in fear. That fear is just eating y'all alive, man.